I'm sorry, divination. But it was Himiko who rushed in and removed the cage first.
Hey.
Michaela, happy Tuesday. Nice to see you here again. Look at this.
Is this...
A blood stain on the bottom of the cage, probably Tenko's blood. By bottom, do you mean top?
That's true.
I imagine so. This splatter must have been made when she was killed.
What do you mean?
Which means Tenko was killed while she was inside the cage.
Okay.
I think you're right. Tenko went under the cage before the seance. But when the cage was lifted after the seance, she was already dead. Okay, so that's like a, it's a moved wooden floorboard. So someone could have been hidden under there.
Then...
If she was stabbed right when the cage was lifted, that would explain this blood stain, right?
Huh?
Perhaps she wasn't killed during the seance, but the exact moment the cage was lifted. That is a possibility. If she was stabbed right when the cage was lifted, that would explain this blood stain. There's a rock next to Tenko's body. This must be... I do like that divination. It's pretty cool. Someone different every time. Please rest your forehead on this stone marker I placed here. It's just a stone, but I brought from the courtyard. Are you sure it'll work? Certainly. It is merely needed to rest as a marker for her head to rest upon. Or a marker to let them know which piece of wood to move? Like this? That's a good point, Michaela. All the men are safe. They're no longer having to be degenerate males. Tenko had her forehead on this rock, hunched over. She had to make herself small to fit inside the cage. It's 5 feet wide. She could stand up. Like she could stretch all the way out. This floorboard is loose, and it's in the right under Tenko.
Why?
Why is the floorboard loose?
If I remember correctly.
It wasn't like this before. It must have come loose during the seance.
Why?
Why would it come loose during the seance?
But...
A floorboard this thick and heavy wouldn't have come loose easily. Maybe the statue has a stabbing mechanism? That could make sense. Then someone must have loosened it on purpose. Tenko's dead body. She took her last breath, crouched over like this. According to the Monokuma file, her only injury is the stab wound to her neck. That was the fatal wound. This must have caused instant death. I didn't hear a scream during the seance. Oh, wait. Understood. I will not say a word until the seance is over. Would Tenko really keep her mouth shut despite the pain?
Nope.
Her death might not have been instant, but she could have gone far before she bled out. She couldn't have gone far.
Huh?
Okay. What do you mean?
What's the point?
You were concerned about that, right?
Okay.
With a wound this deep, the victim is too shocked to do anything except die. You're speaking from experience?
That's obvious.
Of course. Quick deaths are my specialty. That makes sense?
By the way...
The real question is, what was she killed with? I don't see a murder weapon around. You're right, I don't see an obvious murder weapon. That could be a clue. I'm kind of with Kara on this one, that there could be a mechanism inside the dog statue. I think we... Oh, we can't actually click that. Hole in the corner. There's a small opening in the corner of the room. Doesn't look big enough for... It doesn't look big enough for a person to get through, but still.
Is this?
Looks like there's space under here too. Oh, hold on. I can see something below. Looks like something dropped down there. What? Something dropped down there?
Got a minute?
After we check everywhere else, why don't we go under the floor and see for ourselves? Maybe fit the blade of a katana through the floorboards. Well, I thought it would be coming up for the floorboards like in the second one too, Moss, but it specifically says the back of her neck. And it's got a blood splatter on the inside of the cage.
Okay.
If it was through the bottom, there'd only be blood on the floor. Candles hung on the walls. They're the only source of light in the room. There are no windows in the room, and so without the candles, it was pitch black. So how did the culprit kill Tenko in complete darkness? Can we go in there now? Should finish everywhere else. Okay.
Leave it to me.
Leave it to me. I will become the guiding light that shines on you all. What else can I click on? I'll probably get people's testimonies.
Hey!
I have clicked on the sheet. Himiko, hey Himiko, be strong, Himiko.
Wait.
Gonta, if you shake Himiko that much, he's gonna break.
What?
But she not talking. It's like Himiko not even here.
Like I thought.
She must be really shocked over Tenko. Let's leave her be for now. Okay. Himiko. Let's see if Kyu's got any...
That cannot be.
Why did this...
I knew it.
I know the murder was pretty
But
shocking.
of course.
I'm shocked about that as well, but why did the seance fail? We performed all the steps flawlessly. He seems more concerned by that than the murder.
Ah, yes.
What if Tenko killed Angie? Angie's spirit did come back and actually just stabbed her in the neck to get revenge. If we perform the caged child again and summon Tenko's spirit this time...
This is stupid.
Cut the crap. Just tell me what happened during the seance. Both you and Shuichi were present, right? Did she get killed during the
I
seance?
see, yes.
True. It may be best to move past what happened to know why the seance failed.
Is that so?
Hurry up. At the time, in order to begin the seance, we had Tenko, the spiritual medium, position herself as a turtle within the magic circle, so her head touched the marker stone. Then, Shuichi and Kokichi placed the cage over Tenko. After that, I placed the white cloth over the cage. Then all four of us placed the wooden dog statue of the dog god atop the stage. Afterwards, we stood in the four corners of the room. Kokichi and Shuichi blew out the candles.
Yes.
Finally, we all sang the caged child song. The seance should have been complete, but... now that you mention, I remember hearing a strange sound during the song. That's a definite sound of the dog thing. Oh, it would have pierced the cloth. Good call, Kara. Okay. And it's a thick cloth. It is a mystery to me as well. I thought someone may have tripped, perhaps. That was a pretty loud thunk for someone tripping. Perhaps Kiyu knows something.
What do you mean?
Then what happened?
Yes.
We called out to her, but no reply came. I had Shuichi and Kokichi relight the candles. Good call, divination. Good call. And then we remove all the items from within the magic circle in the opposite order. First, all 4 of us removed the dog statue. Then I took off the white cloth, and then we saw a dead body. Himiko ran over to the cage, and the moment she lifted it, then it sounds like Tenko was definitely killed during the seance.
No.
But it would not be difficult in such darkness. Besides, she was inside the cage, yes? Then when was she killed?
Well,
That is the problem.
I see, yes.
There is another problem.
Oh.
That is, why ever did this seance fail? I simply cannot figure it out, because it's BS.
Perhaps.
Maybe someone moved from their corner? Did someone else sneak in here?
What's the point?
Obviously, since this seance was clearly a sham. Maki never was one to pull her punches. Sound during seance.
Hey!
We finished investigating up here. Perhaps we should check under the floor.
By the way,
It seems pretty dark down there. Maybe what should we use for light?
That's true.
Let's bring a candle. With Kibo's light from up here, that should be fine.
okay.
Then I'll get the candle. Remove that floorboard so we can go down.
Okay.
You feel like behind the mask of Kyo is another person, like an alter ego? Could be. Got it. I mean, he is creepy. He is winning like this game's creepiness up there with Angie. I pulled off some of the floorboards near the hole and took the candle from Maki. Then we carefully made our way through the hole and under the floor. Oh, there's like a lot of blood. On both sides. This is a lot more spacious than I thought. You can move around pretty easily on all 4s.
Okay.
Let's look around for clues.
Well,
It'd look pretty stupid if we found no clues after crawling around in this dusty space.
Okay.
Oh, see if anything's removed by dust. Probably not. Never mind. Dried blood? There's a blood stain on the ground underneath the loose... No. Oh, my head went to some weird thing what Danganronpa would do is that the resurrection ritual happened and that person came back, killed somebody, and then... I don't know. Anyway. Underneath the loose floorboard, bloodstain. But that's pretty far from where Tenko's blood is dripping down. It's under the same floorboard, just at different ends. Why is there blood here?
hey,
Wait, the back of this floorboard has blood on it.
Ah!
You're right, there's a little bit of blood on the underside of this floorboard.
what do you mean?
Did Tenko's blood splatter here when she got killed?
That's true.
I can't really be sure yet.
Okay.
But these blood stains here are completely dry. Oh, then don't say anything, Blade. You can't say anything. Hush. Don't say anything else. Stop. There must be some reason these particular stains are dry. Loose floorboard has been added to the truth bullet sections of your mana pad. I wonder if that floorboard got switched, like flipped. I mean, look at this joist. It's not even here anymore. Like, she could have flipped under here. Why is this joist not even here? Cut crosspiece.
Ah!
Part of the crosspiece that supports the floorboard is cut off. This makes me think it was Himiko, because Himiko suggested the middle one.
That's true.
It's near the loose floorboard, and the portion missing is about the same width. For what I can see of it,
That's true.
It wasn't broken off naturally. This was cut by someone. Michaela, if you're not sure if you should say something because you think it's spoiler, don't say anything. Just to be safe. Thanks for asking them. And if you really want to say it but you're not sure, ask Kara. There should be saws in the warehouse, so they could have used that. Question is why? Yeah, I think that like the board flips like this, like a little seesaw. It actually comes down, so that she could have been killed. Could she be put back up though? That board is backwards. I'm gonna say that. Another cross piece is supporting the floorboard, so it might not fall if this portion is missing. So what purpose did this serve? The floorboard underneath Tenko's body is loose, and the cross piece supporting it has been cut. If the culprit did all this, then why? Gaps in the floorboards, fresh blood. This is Tenko's. But why is this dry? This one, no, this is dry. Did I get everything? Oh, I did not. Ooh. Some of the wood has corroded and is broken off, so you can see into the next room.
Hey.
So this is the wall of the empty room, right? Looks like there's wood. There's wood along the way, along the wall. This part is rotted away. It looks like natural rot, but this hole wasn't made intentionally. But I can get into the next room through here.
That's true.
If I remember correctly, the room next door is also empty, right? Then the culprit could have gone from room to room by moving under here instead of using the hallway.
No.
True, but it would have been difficult moving around under the floor. We did alright because we had a light. Without that, it'd be pitch black. That might have made it impossible to move around in there.
Nope.
Then they could have used the light, like we're doing right now.
Well.
True. They used a light to move around under the floor? Is that possible? If you're Kibo. That's what I'm saying, Michaela. Like, this did not happen at the same time. This should not be dry. Bloody sickle. There's a sickle here, and there's blood all over it.
Okay.
The blood on this sickle is fresh. This is it. This is the murder weapon.
Is this?
This came from my research lab.
Huh?
It did?
Well...
A sickle can be used to assassinate a target. It can be thrown without losing any lethality. And you can hide it under your clothes, too.
Well...
If she was attacked with this, she wouldn't stand a chance. The blade is about 6 inches.
That's right.
And since Tenko was in a cage, she wouldn't be able to defend herself.
But...
Stop doing that game. But even if this is our murder weapon, how did the culprit attack Tenko in the cage? The blade could fit through the gaps in the cage, but could it reach her neck? The cage is 3 feet high. If you were to stab into it with 6-inch blade, would it? Well, it would depend on Tenko's posture, but I don't think it's possible. You gonna go to sleep, Blade? Good night, sir. Yeah, a lot of us seem to be in Central, which is cool. Then her posture is the question.
Hey.
Hey, if the weapon is down here, the culprit must have thrown it away, right?
That's true.
Perhaps after killing Tenko, the culprit threw the sickle under the floor in the dark. Or they could have been under the floor the entire time. Either of those is possible. I think we're finished investigating.
Is that all right?
You want to head back up? Glad you asked. I'm starting to get fed up with all the dust. After Maki and I crawled out from under the floor, we put the floorboards back and returned to our investigation. Which I think we're done with, because we couldn't do that part without it.
By the way,
We've only been investigating this room. You sure that's wise?
Huh?
What do you mean?
because
If Angie and Tenko have different killers, then the blackened we need to vote for is
You're right.
the culprit for the first murder. The culprit who killed Angie. That's what Monokuma said.
then
So instead of investigating Tenko's death, shouldn't we investigate Angie's?
Okay.
Okay,
But
this is bigger than the killing games. For the sake of the two who died, I need to reveal the truth of both their deaths. Well, I understand why you feel that way, but if you plan on investigating the other crime scene again, you should probably hurry. So we have to go back and investigate Angie's place again? When I came into the hallway, a scene more surprising than I could ever imagine unfolded. Are you kidding me?
It's a lie!
I hate you, Kokichi. I hate you so much, man. Wow. Oh, man. Oh. That was good. If that's not his blood, I'm gonna say he's the one that killed Tenko because it's he was under the floorboards and got blood all over him. Come on.
Huh?
What are you doing?
Oh?
Sorry, I was just a little lightheaded from blood loss. Yeah, this is real blood.
Why?
Okay, so what are you doing? I got curious about something, so I decided to search the empty room next door. Then suddenly, I stepped through the floorboard.
Huh?
You stepped through a floorboard.
That's so mean.
That got me good. Because of this, I tripped and fell pretty hard.
got a minute?
If you're gonna lose consciousness, do it after you tell us everything.
Ah.
Sorry, my bad. I guess there was no crosspiece supporting this floorboard, so I kind of stepped through. So there's no crosspiece in any of the rooms. Does that mean...
Huh?
Confidence. Dreams. That's what the killing game is all about. Killing game fans, hold your head high and watch with your own two eyes. Baseball, soccer, mobile games, they're all nothing compared to the killing game. The killing game just can't be beat. Behold, students, the entrance to the trial grounds.
Thanks for clipping that, Blade, because I needed a great laugh. That was great. That was pretty spifftastic. I guess time's up.
Oh.
Man, it's because of you guys. I didn't have enough time to check something.
Huh?
What were you going to check?
See?
I wanted to research the seance again, so I brought this document with me. But unfortunately,
Man.
I couldn't find anything new that could be used as a clue. What has the opening? Kyo perfectly reenacted the seance as what was written in the document. That was a very fast investigation time, Moss. I agree. That's your favorite moment of the franchise? That was pretty good divination. I agree. It's a lie! That was great. He drew his circle the exact same way it is in the picture. Not only that, he used the same exact tools, too. Nothing suspicious about this whole thing. Well, I wanted to check the finer details, but I'll tell you about it later. at the class trial, so see you there. Kokichi left, the blood loss clearly affecting his footing a bit. So that means he had a laceration on his forehead, which is like what was happened with Angie's body. I think the main suspect in all this is Kyo. That's gonna be my guess. Bloody Kokichi. That could also be a lie. Let's go to...
That's true.
Okay. Is Maki nervous? I see. So even she gets nervous sometimes.
Do you want to die?
What are you staring at? Do you want to die? Just kidding. So can we not go investigate, like, these other rooms? You have this Shrine of Judgment. My brain's thinking Kyo. One, because it's a sword. But I don't... Why would he want to kill Angie? Kyo would have had to have... No. Anybody could have got access to the book, I suppose. But Kokichi falling through the floorboards basically means that each one of them was prepared to be used as a ritual site. Someone else could have, I guess, researched that from the book. Am I really gonna get 0 Monokuma cubs? I don't think I'm gonna get any Monokuma cubs this chapter. Come on, let there be a Monokuma cub, just like little thing somewhere. Please? It's like not finding any of the secrets, or not answering any bonus question on a test. Well, if you didn't already guess, that is going to do it. But we're going to do some guesses. Main culprit, Kyo. Monokub that dies. I'm going to go with I want it to be Monotaro, but I actually think it's going to be Monodem. It's actually really difficult to pick. So first guess for killing Tenko is Kyo. The one killing for Angie, I think, is probably Tenko herself. So those are my guesses. I'm going to guess Tenko killed Angie, and then I'm going to guess that Kyo killed Tenko. The second one doesn't even matter, though. So I'm curious if it's going to all be the same person.